Hi everyone, we are halfway through deer season here already. We have 3 weekends passed and we have 3 weekends left. I am in Shaver Lake, California, and I have not had a lot of luck even seeing anything really. I haven't even heard many gunshots, only a few, which is really strange. But I don't know, I will still try my best, but this video might end up being one of those videos where I go hunting and I go home empty-handed, but that's okay because the process is what's important. The experience, spending time in nature and always learning. I actually have quite a few friends I have been going hunting with, so I'm constantly learning new things, and that is very important. I have a very promising area here. There are lots of activities, deer and bear. Not sure how old they are, but not very old. I haven't seen this much footprints and deer poop and bear poop and bedded down areas ever in one place. So I am really excited about that, and I think I might just focus on that for a while. Right now it's Friday afternoon. Sun goes down in about 2 hours, so I'm going to go up to my spot. I have my trail cam up there, and as I said earlier, I'm really excited to see what's on it because last weekend there were a couple of does and I have left it up there the whole week. But let me tell you my adventures with my trail cam. Actually, last weekend, it was I think Friday or Saturday, I put it up there and I had my daughter with me, but she had bronchitis, so she couldn't really breathe too well and she really couldn't hike too much more than we already did. So I didn't want to push her, so I put my cam on a path sort of, and I actually put it on the bottom of the tree because it was on a downward slope and otherwise it wouldn't have seen anything, and I thought maybe this way it's even less obvious, but I just put it up there just to see what I even see. So the next day I was really excited to go up there and see what was captured, and then I saw this. It was completely messed up. The bark that I put around it was completely disturbed and it was covered. So I know that bear will mess with trail cams, but they're not going to be as smart as actually covering it up. So I was like, what the heck? I saw videos of people coming up, one couple, and yes, I am putting them on blast right now because this is not okay. They actually, I guess they're anti-hunters. They're trying to mess up my hunt or whatever. It doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna stop hunting just because they cover up my trail cam. So that's kind of messed up, but at the same time, thank you for not taking my trail cam and thank you for not even stealing my SD card. So I guess I was kind of mad, but not that mad. So nevertheless, I took the trail cam and put it up in a better spot. It was actually this super highway of deer tracks and even one pile of big bear poop. I put it right there. And then that night I saw 2 does feeding there actually quite some time, probably an hour or so. Other than that, didn't really see much, but that was pretty cool. So right now I can't wait to see what's gonna be there because it's been there since Monday and this is Friday, so that's 4 days and 4 nights. So I'm gonna see what's on the card, and so I get a couple of hours of hunt tonight. I found a new spot, and honestly I wasn't really crazy about it, but at least it had a really good visibility. I could sit in one spot and just see a really large area, which is not always possible because you're in the forest. So you have all these trees and bushes and this very thick vegetation just covering everything. And then I figured I could even put up my trail cam just to see. So I was sitting there not even moving because everything makes a noise. And I was just like, man, there's nothing here. I even saw a hunter. He actually spotted me right away. He kind of nodded to see if I, saw anything. I was like, no. But I guess I need to hide better. So anyways, I put up my trail cam, and then I figured it's time to come back. It was a little bit after sunset, and I didn't want to walk in the dark, even though I have headlamps and everything. But I just tried to come, like, this time I can still see. And I saw 2 does, and they were like 20 yards from me, and they were gray, and the sun is going down. Everything is gray. It was so hard to see them, but they were so close to me and so fast. I'm 99% sure they were does because they were even too small. So even if it was a buck, I don't think they would travel together, and it would probably be too young anyways. But that was pretty cool. And then I keep walking. And then I saw another one. I don't know if it was the same one, but it was by himself or by herself. It was much bigger, and I think it could have been a buck, but again, it was 20 yards, maybe even closer. It moved super fast, so I couldn't even see his head. And then I heard another one, and this time, you know for sure it's not a squirrel or anything, because you hear, you know, how they're kind of like a sound of a horse when they're running. So that was finally pretty exciting. That's the only action I've had this weekend, and that's pretty cool. Actually, it gives me a new insight, because I always think it's best to just sit, not make a sound, and just wait, and hopefully you have an area where you could see everything so you could spot the deer. Otherwise it has to be a lot of luck for them to come to you. But I guess if you're moving around, I mean, a lot of hunters do that. So if you're moving around, you might just make the deer move as well. You just have to be super quick. I mean, I don't know how it's possible, honestly. Like, there is no way I would have seen them being able to see if it's a buck and then take a shot. I mean, they were gone in 3 seconds. If it was during the day, it would be a lot easier. But either way, I'm a lot more happier right now, and I'll be up here first thing in the morning. I did put up the trail cam, so I'm gonna go back to that same spot, and I'll check it in the morning, and then probably just keep going just to explore that area. So that was it for today. It's 7:30 right now, and it's already pitch dark. The sun went down at 6:30. I don't want to stay up too late, so I'm going to make dinner right now. And we can't actually have a campfire because there's a fire ban, but I do have a propane fueled fire, and it's kind of like the real thing. I can actually cook on it. I have my tripod, and I can just hang my cauldron or a grill. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it easy on me. I'm going to make a big pot of soup, or it might actually become stew, I'm not sure. It will actually cook really fast on this fire because the fire is even. It's pretty big, so it won't even take too long. And that way tomorrow when I come back from hunting, I plan on coming back after the sun went down. And I know I'm not gonna wanna cook something different, so I can just heat it up and then eat it. So this is pretty simple. And after that, I'm going to pack my backpack and prepare the food for tomorrow. Just have everything ready to go because I'm going to wake up, I think, at 5 o'clock, I think. That's pretty early. So in the morning, I still need to make coffee and just kind of wake up, so that way I can just grab everything and go. So these are my plans for tonight. I'm still putting everything away. The first thing I'm doing this morning is checking my trail cam, and it's a huge disappointment. There's absolutely nothing on it, not even still pictures or anything. There's just no data, and the batteries are fine. I know I turned it on, so I guess there was nothing happening. So I'm taking it off, and I just keep going. My aim basically is to just get away from the area and then sit tight and just wait and see. And I find a couple of places where I can sit and actually have a pretty good visibility. So I sit around for a few hours, does nothing. So I come back towards the area where I saw the deer yesterday. And by now, it's about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And then here, I just sit tight again. I actually put up my trail cam at the spot where I saw them. I mean, might as well, you know, see what happens. And it's actually looking at a pretty good area. And I will just check it next week. But I'm really disappointed. I haven't seen anything today. I heard quite a few gunshots, actually. They were kind of far. They were not in this area, but I have not seen anything. But the thing is, there are so many footprints, all these deer tracks and bear tracks, mostly deer, but the bear, all these, you know, bedded down areas, all this stuff. I know that it's not all fresh. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes if something is fresh or 2 days old or a week old, but even if they were really old, I mean, there's no way that they all were here and then they all left. And yesterday I did see a few deer, so I know they're still in this area. I just don't understand. And I have to actually go home now. I can't stay all day. Right now it's about noon and I have to leave. So this is it. This is the end of the video. Sorry it's disappointing. Sorry that I have nothing to really show, but I did learn something new today. I mean, it's not really new. To sit tight or to walk, actually, not one is better than the other, I think, because even if you're walking, you actually could come across some deer. I mean, yesterday it was 20 yards from me. That's super close, and that just tells me that it doesn't mean that they hear me from miles away. Somehow maybe the forest has a way to cover up the sound. Maybe it's super loud to me because it's right here, but 50 yards away they might not hear anything. So I guess it's best if I mix up my strategies like I did today. Kind of sit tight for a while, but then walk, sit tight again, and keep walking. So I don't know yet what I'm gonna do next weekend. I'll be coming up here, of course, checking the trail cam Friday night, and then I might go to a different area Saturday and Sunday. Depends on what I see on that trail cam, and maybe I'll talk to a few people, see what they suggest. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.